Hi, first graders. It's Mrs. Saul here, and I'm here to talk to you today about the 3 ways to read a book. Did you know there were 3 ways you could read a book? There are. So, sometimes in first grade, I have some friends who say to me, "But I don't know how to read." Well, don't worry. There's more than one way to read a book. Let's find out about all 3 ways. So the first way to read a book is to read the pictures. So let's say that you pick up a book that you've never read before and you don't really know how to read the words, or maybe you only know a few. You can read the pictures. Let me show you how. Here's a book I picked. Now, I know this is a duck on the cover of the book, and I think this word says duck, but I'm not sure what this word says. So I'm gonna do my best to tell the story just using the pictures. Let me show you how to do that. Oh, the duck is walking in the snow. He looks very cold. Oh yeah, and he's still in the snow and he fell down. Oh, this picture is interesting because I can see outside a house and inside the house. So let me look closely. Let's see what's happening. So it looks like all the animals are in the house. There's dogs and cats, and that looks like a bunny. And I think maybe they hear the duck outside. So all the animals run upstairs. And they go and get their owner. They jump right on her bed. And they wake her up to tell her somebody is outside. So she goes to the door. And it's a duck. Oh, there's the word duck again. I think I was right. Sometimes you have to pause and really look at the picture to see what's happening before you can tell the story. So they bring the duck in the house, and they make him some tea, and they give him a warm towel, and all of the animals are watching him while they sit him on the chair. Oh, and I can tell the lady likes animals, so I think she's probably telling the duck here that you can stay at our house. So he makes a phone call, and he reads a magazine, and it looks like he's having a glass of milk. Oh, and look, he's got his own bed and a TV remote. I think he's watching some TV. Oh, and now he's cooking. Oh, he's jumping in the bathtub with the owner. So boys and girls, that is how you read a book, just reading the pictures. So even if you don't know what the words say, you can read the pictures and tell the story your own way. Even if it's not exactly right, that's still a great way to start practicing your reading. The second way to read a book is to read the words. This is the way most of us think about reading, is reading the words. So if you can find a book that you can read the words, or even most of the words, that would be a good book to try out reading the words with. So I'm going to read the words to Pencil's Perfect Picture. So when we read this way, we're actually reading what the words say in the book. Let me show you a few pages. Pencil's Perfect Picture. I want to do something special for my dad today. But what? I know. I'll draw him the greatest, the best, the most perfect picture he has ever seen. There's just one problem. I don't know what makes a picture perfect. So boys and girls, this is how you read a book, by reading the words. That's the second way to read a book. The third third way to read a book is to retell the story. This way is used to read a story that you have already heard. So maybe it's a book that your teacher read to you, or maybe it's a book that you read at home, a mom read to you, or your dad read to you, or a brother or sister. Maybe it's even a book you watched on YouTube, but it has to be a book you already know. So I picked this book, which your teacher read to you this week, How Rocket Learned to Read. So I can't read the words in this yet, so that's okay, but I can use the pictures to help me retell. So when you are choosing the third way to read a book, you can actually use the pictures to help you, and sometimes you might even want to use a word or two maybe that you recognize or remember from the story. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is reading by retelling the story. So I remember the story of How Rocket Learned to Read because we just read this book. Rocket loved to play with sticks and to run and to catch leaves. Do you see how I use the picture to help me? One day, he was taking a nap, and then a little bird landed on his head and said, "Are you here for my class?" Now, boys and girls, I'm not reading these words here. I'm just retelling the story because I remember what happened. And the dog said, "I'm not a student." And then the bird said, "But look, here's my sign." I remember that the sign said class starts today. And that is actually the words. So the words helped me and the picture helped me here on this page. And Rocket said, "No, I just wanted to take a nap. I'm not coming to school." And the little bird hung a big alphabet banner, and oh yeah, Rocket was taking a nap behind the bush. I could see his tail. I remember that part too. And the bird started to read a story. And I remember first, Rocket was a little bit annoyed because he was trying to take a nap. And then he started to really enjoy the story. First it was relaxing him and he was kind of falling asleep. And then he was so interested in the story that he perked up and he wanted to know what happened. And then the bird stopped reading. I remember she was reading a story about a dog and he was looking for his bone and he was digging. And I remember Rocket was saying here, "What happened next? Where's the bone?" But the bird was already gone. So friends, that is the third way to read a book, to retell a story that you already know. So now you know 3 ways to read a book. You can read the pictures, you can read the words, or you can retell the story.